And here we are, the second match of the night, and a huge opportunity for young up-and-comer Davey Richards taking on Havana brother Rocky Romero. And Davey Richards has proven himself in the last couple of months in PWG. Though last month he came up short against Puma, TJ Perkins, who he had actually unmasked at the, I believe it was
the second night of the anniversary show.
Yes, it was. It was the second night of the anniversary.
Thank you.
A little quicker than you.
Whoa.
Oh no, this is not Ricky Ray.
No. Oh no.
Ring announcer Travis Birkenstocks. Does Travis have a second name announcing thing, or is he just ring announcer Travis?
I think the fans are chanting his name.
Travis Asshole, I guess, from the crowd. But Rocky Romero, not Ricky Reyes, taking on
Ricky. Very good.
Yeah, chanting for his tag team partner, is not present tag team partner Ricky Reyes, is Rocky Romero, Havana brother Rocky Romero, and this is his first match back in PWG since night one of PWG's All-Star Weekend. And between then and now, Rocky actually injured his shoulder in Japan, pretty serious separation that put him out of action for a couple months. So this is actually his first match back since his injury anywhere. And what a great opportunity for Davey Richards this would be. Even though Rocky Romero might not be at 100%, might have some ring rust from taking the time off, a win is a win. And in the record books, it just says victory over Rocky Romero, and that would be an incredible honor for Davey Richards, especially in a man whose career is under 2 years young.
That's right, and Rocky was actually had to forfeit out of a tournament.
Best of the Super Juniors.
Yeah, so this, a lot of wrestlers, we go in there almost every match with an injury, but for him to forfeit out of the tournament and actually having to come home, the injury was majorly severe, and it could have been career threatening.
That's very true. I mean, it's very telling to pull out of such a prestigious tournament as the Best of the Super Junior tournament, and it is any injury could be career threatening for a professional wrestler, and it's just it does take a certain amount of training and a certain amount of resilience to come back from something like that, especially a shoulder injury. And as you know about professional wrestling, it's if one injury, one slight mistake can mean the difference between winning and losing the match. And in Rocky Romero's case, Davey Richards applying the cravat here on Rocky Romero, but he's got the shoulder bandaged up, and wrestlers like to do their homework. They like to know who they're facing, what they're facing when they come into the ring, and so I'm sure Davey Richards is fully aware of Rocky Romero's injury to his shoulder. If he wasn't, that big black bullseye on the shoulder of Rocky Romero is more than enough information for Richards.
Well, I remember the great Bobby Heenan in his commentary say that he would, if he was a wrestler, which he was on occasion, that he would never tape his injuries. It becomes a bullseye, and it says like hit me here.
Indeed it does. It's like a giant neon sign that you wear to the ring, much like Vader's giant shoulder pads.
Which I only wish had neon, because it had everything but.
Exactly. It actually had a kitchen sink in the back. Davey Richards taking Rocky Romero off his feet with the shoulder tackle, and he covers him quickly. Rocky kicks out at one, and now Richards in the Greco-Roman knuckle lock, pinning Romero to the mat. Again, Rocky Romero kicks out at one. Again, the one count is Davey Richards just trying to perhaps surprise Rocky Romero and come away with an early victory here. Relatively easy victory when you think about the type of competitor that Rocky Romero is.
That's right.
I think anything shy of a brutal one-on-one slugfest would be considered an easy victory against Rocky Romero.
That's right, and now Rocky Romero is really showing that experience,
peeling back the fingers of Davey Richards, and let me tell you, folks at home, that is not a pleasant experience. If you can right now, hold out your hand, palm facing away from you, and pull back on your fingers towards you. That's exactly what Davey Richards is going through right now.
Let me do that to you real quick.
Yeah. I don't want you to do that to me anymore.
Okay. That's right.
And now
Watch yourself.
Richards rolls through and reverses back up to the Greco-Roman knuckle lock as Rocky Romero firing in with those right kicks to the thigh of Davey Richards. And now Davey Richards elbows and forearms and headbutts to the jaw and the top of the head of Rocky Romero, taking him down. One count again from Rocky Romero, and Davey Richards again sinks in the knuckle lock. Rick Knox looking for the shoulders pinned to the mat, and he sees it with Rocky Romero again. The experience edge showing that he's not gonna be defeated so easily by Davey Richards, and taking him down with the head scissors, and he hangs on to the head scissors. Rocky Romero, brilliant maneuvering, just escaping out of the knuckle lock from Davey Richards, and now putting Davey Richards on the defensive.
And it's all those matches in Mexico with Virus and Zumbido.
Indeed it is. And again, Rocky Romero spinning Davey Richards off of his vertical base down to the mat, holding on with the leg scissors. His legs are just clamped in there, the vice-like grip, those powerful thighs. Rocky Romero, those Cuban boys are known for their strong legs.
Do I know that?
Well, in baseball they are.
They're known for their thighs?
But Davey Richards would like to be known for perhaps denosing Rocky Romero as he pulls back on the nose, just pulling back further and further as Rick Knox administers the 5 count. And now Davey Richards going to work on the left shoulder, the uninjured shoulder of Rocky Romero. And perhaps maybe with all the physical therapy that Rocky Romero went through, his right shoulder, his injured shoulder, may be stronger than his left shoulder. There could be a bit of asymmetry there.
I'm not going to knock Davey Richards, but actually I think that a phenomenal move right there. But actually he had Rocky's legs tied up and actually went to the uninjured shoulder. I'm not sure if that was the smartest move in that.
I think that could be the inexperience of Davey Richards showing right now. Now a shoving contest. Shoving contest is broken out in a wrestling match. Unbelievable. A high boot to Davey Richards from Rocky Romero. Kick to the back from Romero, and you can see Romero, just a look of pure confidence written on his face as he's pulling the hair of Davey Richards. Another kick to the upper back of Richards, and Richards grimacing as he just goes down in a heap on the mat. Now driving his knee into the upper back of Davey Richards, that exact same location that he's kicked. And a lot of professional wrestlers can throw a kick. It takes a
look at this.
Pulling back on almost like a half crab, and there we see the half crab is Rocky Romero pulling back on Davey Richards. But as I was saying, a lot of wrestlers can throw a kick, but it takes a certain type of professional wrestler to throw a kick in the exact same place every time, to have that pinpoint accuracy that Rocky Romero does. And that's what makes him such a dangerous professional wrestler, a dangerous striker in the ring. And now the bow and arrow stretch on Davey Richards, going to work on that knee and back of Richards as Rocky Romero just pulling his ankle to his forehead. Richards reverses out and covers Rocky Romero. Only a 2 count, a quick 2 count as Rocky Romero back up to his feet, in control again of Richards though.
I have to make mention of this because you probably cannot tell it on camera. And now,
Enziguri just levels Rocky Romero.
But what I was going to say was,
I think I know where you're going with this.
It is incredibly hot in this building tonight.
That's not where I thought you were going with this.
No, it is incredibly hot. And as you notice, a lot of the wrestlers actually, the sweat usually comes off in a wrestling match. But now, snap suplex by Davey Richards, beautiful. But there's so much sweat in the ring. Actually, holds are actually slipping off, as you could probably slightly notice. And,
much easier to escape from a submission.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Davey Richards whipping Rocky Romero and a big back elbow. But I think that actually is going to play a little bit of a factor in some of the matches tonight.
I most certainly would guarantee that. And you know what? We have called in the past this very building the Gorilla Gymnasium. We called it the Boston Gardens of Hollywood. However, I think a more apropos name for this building would be the Sweatbox in Hollywood. And we could just
the Hollywood Sweatbox.
Indeed, we could just call it the Sweatbox, and people would know what we were talking about. Because not only are the wrestlers in the ring sweating, but I believe every single fan, no matter 300-pound hairy Greek man or a dainty Latina woman, are just dripping sweat already 2 matches into the show. Romero, and Davey Richards covers Rocky Romero, but Rocky Romero it's going to take more than a couple shots to the back to put down Rocky Romero, as Davey Richards is quickly finding out in this match, picks up Romero and slams him down with full force to the mat, dropping the elbow across the face of Rocky Romero as Romero rolling to the ropes trying to escape. 2 count only is referee Rick Knox telling Davey Richards telling him the score.
That's right. Well, it might be sexy in some instances of the sweating. It's horrible in other instances. Our fans, we have a wide assortment.
9 times out of 10, sweating is about the most disgusting thing that a person could be doing. Well, not the most disgusting, but now Rocky Romero with those high shots to the chest and the upper body of Davey Richards, but Davey Richards just a one swift strike and then an elbow to the back of the head, taking Romero off of his feet. Perhaps the punishment that he's been facing from Davey Richards is sinking in already, as Davey Richards again fires in with a strong chop. Rocky Romero fires right back with that left high kick. Another left high kick to the arm of Davey Richards, perhaps trying to give him a dead arm sensation, and now the right arm of Davey Richards, and Rocky Romero kicks a series of kicks, and Davey Richards is trying to cover his head, but that's the last place Rocky is kicking, and now those palm thrusts and strikes, and the left high kick to the side of Richards' head takes him off his feet, and Davey Richards does about the only smart thing that he can do in this situation, is just roll under the ropes out of the way of being pinned or counted out.
As you can tell, that he just taken both these competitors out under those bright lights. It's got to be at least 275 degrees,
and it's rising with every single second of action. Davey Richards holding onto the middle rope, preventing Rocky Romero from driving his head into the turnbuckle. But Davey Richards just falls out to the floor. And you know what, Disco Machine? If you get knocked out in the center of the ring, you only have 10 seconds to get back up to your feet. You get knocked out on the outside, you got 20 seconds. So I think Davey Richards inadvertently maybe showing some rookie wisdom. Diving knee strike from Rocky Romero. Davey Richards getting a close-up view of those the green trunks, the green side of Rocky Romero's trunks, as he just takes him off of his feet on the outside. But Rocky Romero maybe landed a bit awkwardly on that injured shoulder, that previously injured shoulder, as he's a bit slow to get back up to his feet after risking it all and taking Davey Richards out on the outside.
And very, very risky. I mean, I've seen Rocky Romero do that on many occasions, but I never thought actually what jeopardy he could have been in if he would have landed a little bit more awkwardly. It looks like he's actually okay here, but that could have been the end of him, and he could have been out for another 6 months.
Davey Richards crawling towards Rocky Romero on all fours. Rocky Romero laying in an elbow shot to the side of the head. Davey Richards elbow shots of his own, and now a slap to the face. These two men just trading strikes in the center of the ring on their knees, as Rocky Romero just firing in with more and more shots, and now Davey Richards with a shot of his own. And you know what, Disco? Rocky Romero is about the last guy on earth I'd like to be trading shots with in the center of the ring. So that either shows that Davey Richards is extremely brave or extremely stupid. And now, Rocky Romero, after a 1-2 combination, sending Richards in the rolling soul butt to the midsection. Romero comes off with a high Yakuza kick, the heel of his boot catching Richards right on the forehead, taking him off of his feet. 2 count only, says Rick Knox. And now Davey Richards getting pulled back up to his feet by Rocky Romero, lays in a hard chop to the chest of Richards, and Davey Richards, you can see, just gasping for breath. I don't know if it's from the heat or if it's from getting the wind knocked out of him. And here we see the flying octopus hold by Rocky Romero. Davey Richards is trying. There's no way to escape this hold, says Richards. He is inches away from giving up, but he's crawling towards the ropes and makes it to the ropes as Rocky Romero's octopus hold is escaped by Davey Richards. Bit of frustration on the face of Romero, but you can see keeping on the attack, not letting his frustration get the better of him as he stays on Davey Richards, shooting him into the ropes. comes up with the knee strike, but Davey Richards catches him. He's got him hooked. Cap shoulder suplex, throwing Rocky Romero halfway across the ring. Davey Richards in a desperation attempt, a beautiful suplex reversal to the jumping knee from Rocky Romero. Now Davey Richards, Mr. Intensity Davey Richards, the elbow pad has come off. The snot rocket is in hand. The diving elbow just taking Rocky Romero down. And Rocky Romero, the jumping knee strike. And Davey Richards, Mr. Intensity, taking Rocky Romero off his feet with that clothesline. But both men down perhaps for the count, Disco.
Unbelievable sequence. Both these men really giving it all, and the other one standing, I don't even know how he's standing there, Rick Knox. The heat, but the fans really getting behind both these great competitors.
They do not want this match to end, but I would suspect that both competitors in the ring would like to end this match as quickly as possible, because the longer this match goes, the more I would say it favors Davey Richards, because he seems to be in control of things at this point, and especially with that injured shoulder of Rocky Romero, Davey Richards, the flying mare sends Romero down to the mat, and now going to work on the left shoulder, not the injured shoulder of Rocky Romero, but the one that he was concentrating on earlier in the match, the cross arm breaker on Rocky Romero. Rocky Romero trying to roll through and escape, and now gets to the ropes. Very smart maneuvering by Rocky Romero. Great ring awareness, and just perhaps saved himself a submission loss at the hands of Davey Richards.
Well, I think that Davey could have pulled him to the middle of the ring and put that on, but I think the exhaustion and the heat is just that you want to do things as fast as you can and limit your movement. Now Davey Richards hooking him in.
Going for perhaps a tiger suplex, but Rocky Romero reversing out, sweeping out Davey Richards' legs. The jackknife cradle, 2 count as Davey Richards caught maybe unawares by the ring strategies of Rocky Romero, and the elbow to the palm thrust, the attempted palm thrust by Romero. Now Richards picks him up, going for the Liger bomb. Rocky Romero rolls through Hurricane Rana, hooks the leg. 2 count as Davey Richards is able to kick out. Incredible back and forth action so far in this match, Disco.
Davey Richards going for all of his power maneuvers now, and Rocky Romero really up for the task. And now those kicks. Davey Richards
perhaps telegraphing it. Tiger suplex by Davey Richards. He's got the high bridge. 2 count as Rocky Romero is able to kick out. And Rocky Romero, while he was in Japan, wrestled Tiger Mask on more than one occasion, so he is very familiar with that Tiger suplex. And perhaps Rocky Romero has an exit strategy if he ever finds himself in the Tiger suplex, and that is how he was able to escape. Davey Richards beautifully applied that Tiger suplex beautifully, but Rocky Romero somehow able to kick out of it. Now Richards calling for the vertical suplex. Rocky Romero drives the knee into the top of Richards' head, the boot to the upper chest, and now going for the palm thrust, but Davey Richards reverses. He gets him in the Wakagatame, the Fujiwara armbar, as he cranks back again on that left shoulder, the one that Richards had been concentrating on earlier in the match. But now Romero again with the high kick, backing Richards into the ropes. Richards breaks off. Now again the Fujiwara armbar. Very smart maneuvering that is the right arm, the injured arm, injured shoulder of Rocky Romero. And Rocky Romero, you can see he knows he's in quite a bit of trouble. It's just written on his face as he's inching his way towards the rope, trying to find some way to escape to prevent a loss in this match, as he does, or perhaps a more serious injury to that already injured arm.
That's right. And Rocky actually getting to the ropes there, but I think the damage has been done. If Davey can, yes, he's first to his feet. He's gonna go for it.
Calling for the Tiger Driver. We've seen him use this move before, the Tiger Driver '98.
I've seen someone else use that move before.
Somebody, I'm not sure who, but now Davey Richards trying to hook Rocky Romero in, but Rocky Romero resisting a little, trying to do anything to counter it, and now rolls through. He's got Richards hooked in the front face lock, and now he's got him in the hanging front face lock. Davey Richards is just trying anything to escape out of this, and now trying to reverse out of it, but planting Rocky Romero face first into the center of the ring. 2 count is Rocky Romero able to kick out after getting a face full of ring canvas. The high kick from Rocky Romero, the second high kick, and now he's got him hooked in again. He's got him in tight, and he's got him. And now Richards down to his knees. Rocky Romero pulling back that guillotine. Richards is just trapped in the guillotine.
Could there be any escape out of this?
I'm not sure there is. Davey Richards needs to get back up to his feet if he wants to make it to the ropes. But Davey Richards,
he could be out already.
Rick Knox administering the 3 count, 2, and Rocky Romero just clutched in.
That's
3,
it.
that is it. Davey Richards unable to get out of this and just perhaps passed out in the hanging guillotine from Rocky Romero. Rocky Romero coming up with an impressive victory over the newcomer.